Now, coming up, Alicia Ravenna is going to join us. Now, I believe she just needs to click on the video part of the Zoom call. I know from time to time we have these issues where sometimes the camera or certain issues kind of disappear. But there she is.
There I am. Good morning, Mike.
See, now I can actually say it is great to see you.
It is great to see you. I
Yes,
haven't
yes.
seen you in a long time.
I know you haven't. And it's funny, we were just talking about the opposite of all the good things that Bell Lifestyles and their products provide for us. And here I am talking about chicken wings and cupcakes. The reason I'm thinking about food is so today, in a matter of 3 hours or so, I'm getting another colonoscopy. So when that happens, of course, you have to, you take Dulcolax and all those other things that flush you out. So really, I haven't really had a meal since like Friday. So
oh my goodness, we won't talk about food then.
But that's all I could. There's like, okay, it's great. We're going to talk about not smoking, but what about the cupcakes? What about the what is it, Pasha? What are those donut-filled Polish cakes?
Pączki.
Yes, that's the ones. We can talk about that too. If you're not going to smoke, you might as well
eat.
That's right. Now, as people know, because I share my health after beating rectal cancer.
Yes.
I had issues after there, going back and forth the last 7 years, where there's been a lot of issues with plumbing. There's a stent in there that I have, and there's things with diets and how I handle myself. But I let people know that I'm one of the lucky ones, because basically I now have gone back to almost a normal life. There's certain dietary things I have to be conscious of, and I eat much, much smaller, but I was never a big eater anyway. So after 7 years, I'm back down to my normal weight. I had put on weight, and there was a hernia that came with the stoma, where they put the bag, because I actually had an ostomy bag, and so it put on all kinds of weight. So I'm probably down as of last year, probably 35 to 40 pounds.
That's amazing, Mike.
Yeah. But that was the size I normally was. So I tell people, and I'm one of the lucky ones because I lived, but I still have these challenges. Things come up on a regular basis that I have to deal with. It all would have been avoided by doing what I'm doing today, which is a colonoscopy. And men, sorry, are the worst ones for this, which is why I almost got caught. Women are much more responsible with their bodies. They just are. I think, am I right, Alicia? Because
yes, you're 100% right. I have one living under my roof. He's still denying to go for his physical. So
yeah, you have to go. It's why I did it on national television. I was on Canada AM. When I was on TSN 1050, I went on TSN to talk about it, because a lot of guys don't think about it because they either don't get hurt, don't get sick. And I was one of those guys. I never really had any issues. I never got hurt, didn't have broken bones. All the sports I played, it didn't matter. But that has nothing to do with that. And you could, it is a secret killer. And the sad thing is, if you get it early enough, when it comes to colorectal cancer, it's like 80% cure rate. Like, it's very high should you get it early enough. Yes. So do yourself a favor. Look, they'll put you, if you're freaked out by what's going to happen, you're out anyway. You'll be on an anesthetic.
It's the best feeling. You're sleeping like you've never slept before.
Yes. The peace of mind is, and for the rest of, at least, if not for you, the rest of your family. So they know they're going to have their husband, they're going to have their dad, they'll have their son, they'll have their brother, whatever it is, just do that. So that's what I'm doing here today. So
that's fantastic.
Today we're talking about, and this is something that actually I never did. I was never a smoker. And interestingly enough, most of my friends weren't smokers either. And we're of that generation. I'm 58. Where smoking still was. People smoked in high schools. People went across the street to smoke. And I'll be honest, the majority were girls in my school. There were more women that smoked than guys did. But in this case, the couple of friends that I did have, one of them still does it, strangely enough. And a lot of it has to do with stress. A lot of it has to do with the pressures. And to stop smoking, people think they know, but you really do need some help. Just quitting cold turkey it's very difficult.
It doesn't work. It's it's very tough. It's an addiction, right? So any type of addiction, you have to work very hard to get rid of it. And with Bell Lifestyle product, I was reading all their ingredients, and I was so impressed. But they have put in an ingredient that's called lobelia. It contains a compound called lobelin, which helps with the brain to maintain the good levels of dopamine. And dopamine is a chemical that is found in the brain that they associate with addiction. So that's amazing, because this is the one thing that's the hardest for anyone to do, is just quit cold turkey, just like that. Smoking is even harder than eating sugar, I would think, because sugar, you can find ways to substitute that sugar with something else. How do you substitute a cigarette, right? So yes, the ingredient is fantastic. They have a couple of them, lobelia, kudzu, they all try to maintain good levels of dopamine, which again plays a big role with addiction. They have a compound that's called mulane. We sell this for people, anyone that has congested lungs, or even after COVID, to cleanse the lungs, and any kind of damaged lung tissue, the mulane would help you with. And it's just, it's just as easy as taking 2 pills a day, I believe. I think that's what they said. It's 2 pills. So, it would be a good idea for anyone who is smoking to consider quitting, because 3 out of 5 people die of smoking. And 3 out of 5 people are addicted to smoking, and 48,000 Canadians die from smoking. So those numbers are very high.
Well, I mean, we've gone through, in the sports community, in the hockey world, we've lost 2 giants of the game, and they admittedly will say it, lung cancer. Mike Bossy was one, and Guy Lafleur just last week. Guy Lafleur was a famous smoker. I know people and he was he was just the best human being ever. But, of that generation, especially being in Quebec and Montreal of the days in the 70s, like everybody smoked in that province. And he had cigarettes in his hockey pants.
And how did, I just wonder, because I know that smokers, have hard time with breathing, right? So being a sports person, how do you manage to keep up with, the endurance and everything that the sport takes out of you?
It's incredible to think of the skill and the stamina they needed. And Guy would smoke in between the periods.
Wow.
Like it is beyond comprehension. And so, yes, the reality of what happens if you continue to smoke. I lost an uncle due to heavy smoking. When I look at, some of these things that number 35, Stop Smoking Help, brings, I think it's interesting that it also aids, it says, in flushing nicotine out of the blood, as well as other chemicals frequently found in cigarette smoke, because of the carcinogens that are in cigarettes. There's like 70 of them in tobacco smoke. 70. And that's so you need to flush this out at some point.
You do. And, with this product, you can do very well by helping you to quit smoke, flush those toxins out. And you can also help out with another product that Bell Lifestyle has, which is the immune support. It's one of my favorite ones because it has vitamin C, it has zinc, and it has quercetin. Quercetin helps with the lungs, and it helps with breathing. It helps with allergies, anything that's related to congestion. Quercetin will help you as well with. So combining these 2 products would be very safe, and you would get very quick results from it if you stick to it.
Right. Now that I mean, these aren't miracle pills, right? We talk about that all the time, about
they
how
are miracle pills, but it can be done. Like we have sold this product many times to people at Nutrition House in Heartland, and they come back for it. They wouldn't come back for it if it didn't work. And I always ask, how do you feel? And they will tell me honestly, it's a working process. And also what you need to remember is, when you are quitting smoking, reach out to your favorite nutritionist and set up a diet, because at that time your body gets more stressed and you just don't know what to do with those hands. So you will go into the fridge, you will reach out for something that's not healthy, and you'll just put on tons of weight. And we've heard of people that quit smoking and they gain 20 pounds. And a lot of people are not ready to do that, to just gain weight. So, make a resolution for yourself. You know, I want to be healthy. I don't want to smoke. And how can I go about it by not gaining weight? So set up an appointment with nutritionist, you know, she'll set up a proper diet of all the foods that you like to eat, but in portions and times. And, you know, I would definitely include these two supplements that would help out with the struggle.
Now, people here in this area, I mean, Heartland's not that far, right? So if they want to see you at
No.
Nutrition House in Heartland, do they need to make an appointment, or can they just show up at the store and start talking to you?
They can show up at the store and start talking. We are all nutritionists there, but if they want to book an appointment for a diet, I suggest, you know, calling in and booking an appointment. I go by appointments because it's just too busy to, you know, cover everything with the person standing in front of you within 5 minutes. And I can't whip up a diet. Each diet is personalized.
Well, this is the thing too, is that when you get that kind of care, it's like anything else. If you know, if you want to work out, when you get a personal trainer, like all these things become very personal and they're suited to you because everyone has different needs in different ways. That's why it's important to, I mean, it's great to take the products, but if you really want to go the full distance in getting better, it is great to consult a professional who knows how to do this.
Definitely, definitely. I wish that, you know, these sports guys would have reached out to a nutritionist, the smokers, because, you know, it would have helped them quit and feel better, and probably energy wise, they would feel amazing too.
Yeah, it just, you know, it's funny, as I said, now that I know so much about these kinds of products, meeting people like yourself, it's just a real game changer, because 5 years ago, 10 years, I wouldn't have thought of these products at all, ever. It never would have occurred to me that the fact that there are elements in the earth that have been around for thousands of years that help
Yes,
you actually become stronger without using pharmaceuticals. It's
yes,
just almost so eye-opening, almost embarrassing that maybe this isn't more mainstream. Now, I think it's becoming more mainstream, and I see different
very.
nutrition houses, you know, in all different malls and stuff all around the area. But if you really want to do it right, that's why I think Bell Lifestyles is so important, because it's fully guaranteed, and they're under such scrutiny to have these products. I mean, they have to be a certain way or they cannot put them on the shelves, and they're high end, they're top notch.
They are, and they guarantee money back if you're not happy with the product. So that says a lot. You know, if someone is offering you money back, that says that I believe in this product so highly that it will work for you, that, you know, I'll give you money back, but you won't be back because it will work.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Now, the two things we're talking about, just so they're going, you know, how do we know what these products are again? Bell has made it easy because they come with numbers. And if you remember the
Yes,
number, you can't lose. So Stop Smoking Help is number 35. So that's
yes,
number
35,
35.
easy number to
Yes.
remember. That's our age, right?
There you go.
Yes.
I agree 100%. And number 72B is immune support. And Alicia, you're saying these two products work well together.
Amazingly together. I would definitely support your immune system as you're doing your detox, any kind of detox. The immune support will go with any type of detox, whether you are detoxing your liver, detoxing your lungs, or doing a full body detox. You need to support your immune system because you are weaker at that point and you are more prone to catching things while you are detoxing.
That's a great point, a very good point. Alicia, thanks so much for joining me here this morning. It's always great to see you, and I know we'll do it again real soon.
Yes, for sure, Mike. Good luck on your colonoscopy.
Thank you.
Take
That is
care.
Alicia Ravenna joining us here from Nutrition House, her location, Heartland. So you can always pop by and see her. And if you need something personally done, go talk to Alicia.